Welcome into another edition of Sun Devil Sit Down. I'm Andre Sims and I'm joined by ASU Soccer's Aly Moon. Aly, thank you so much for sitting down with me to talk.
Thank you for having me.
So we're going to start back at the beginning. Out of high school, you were a very, very decorated, very talented player coming out of high school. So what was it about ASU and this program that made you say, this is where I want to play my college soccer?
I think when I came on my unofficial visit, I got to meet Scotty and a couple of the administrators, and I just really liked the family-oriented vibe that I got from ASU. I liked everything that the student-athlete side of things offered, from all of the extra tutoring and things that they give us to the study hall areas so we can focus on our schooling. And then as a soccer part, getting to come and be a part of a program that is trying to improve and get better, and getting to be a part of that transformation was a big reason why I chose to come here.
And then you had a lot of success your freshman year. So what was it for you that allowed you to have that smooth transition and really make an impact your first year on campus?
I honestly think it was just, my love for the game. I've always played because I've loved it, not because I've had to or because of any other reason. I just love what it brings into my life. And so I think coming in freshman year, it was just about showing the passion and the love for the game that I had, and just having fun when I was out there. And I think that translated on the field. And, fortunately for me, I was able to be successful. And then I got play time my freshman year, which is hard. So I think it was just mostly enjoying it, having fun, and just loving the game.
Fast forward to your sophomore year, you're playing UC Berkeley here in Tempe, and ball comes into the box. UC Berkeley's goalkeeper's coming out, you're coming in, and due to some unfortunate circumstances, you ended up taking what would have been a fist to the ball to your face. So what do you remember about that?
Honestly, I just, remember seeing the ball and wanting to score, because at that point I believe we were still tied. And so, it was just, that's how I play in general. That play wasn't any different than anything I had done in my career up to that point. So, I just remember going up for it and unfortunately getting punched, which, it happens. And then obviously having to be spine boarded just as a precaution and going to the hospital, which was pretty interesting and a very unique experience. So,
even though you didn't get a concussion from that, concussions were something that sort of plagued your career in the latter parts of it. So what were the emotions like for you when here you are trying to progress, trying to become a better player, and you have this reoccurring problem that's holding you back?
It's tough, as any injury is for any athlete. It's hard to have to deal with them. You grow up playing sports, and, for me it was soccer, and having to kind of see that go away from a playing aspect, it was tough, when I first was dealing with the concussions last year and not getting to play and be a part of the squad on the field. It was really hard to, sit there and watch and not be able to, do what I could to help them. But at the same time, I think I learned a lot, and I grew in a different way as a teammate and a player. Obviously I couldn't be on the field and doing that part, but trying to be a better teammate, and the fact that I was on the bench and I needed to do what I could from there to try to help my teammates have the best experience that were on the field.
When the decision finally came that the concussions were too much and you were going to have to stop playing soccer, what was that conversation like between you and your coaches, your family? What was the entire process like for you?
It was a little like an awkward time because our coaches were just changing over. So it was kind of like an awkward time in that sense. I talked to Coach Graham about it a little bit when he got here. But my conversations with the doctors and the trainers and then my family, it's just about what are the risks and is it worth those risks to continue to play. Obviously, like growing up, I've always had aspirations and dreams to play professionally and to go to the highest level that I could. So that was, like the biggest thing out of it all was, obviously that wouldn't be possible anymore. But I had real and genuine conversations with them, and, telling them just be as honest with me as possible. I know that there's not a whole lot of research or, information about concussions, but, give me what you have and tell me, what are my chances of getting another one? What will my time frame look like? It took a while to recover from these last ones. So, just kind of like asking all the right questions and just from everyone's perspective, being as honest and open about what they think.
And then after that, you then sort of stepped into a volunteer assistant coaching role here. So what was the transition like for you going from player to coach?
It was a little bit difficult at first, obviously, with the team especially, because you were just a teammate of theirs, to go to a coaching role. It's a little bit more difficult, making that divide between when should I and you know what I mean, how to differentiate between friends and coach, because now it's a different role. But I have really enjoyed this past year. You get to learn a lot more when you're not a player and you're part of the strategy part, which is really cool. And the coaches have been really helpful and just allowing me to be a part of everything.
ASU Soccer still honored you on what would have been your senior day this year. So when you found out about that and you were getting to still get to be honored with the girls that you came in with as a freshman, what was that like for you?
It was awesome. I honestly, when they started talking about senior day stuff, I hadn't planned on being a part of it in any way, just kind of being there and supporting those girls, because obviously I've gone through all 4 years with them. So them allowing me to be a part of their day it meant a lot to me. It was very special. We have this tradition of decorating lockers, and they decorated one for me, even though I don't have one. So they made me feel very a part of it, and it was a special day, just in that.
And then, of course, I have the video of your brother surprising you.
Yeah, that was, I still don't even have words for it. I literally had no idea that it was going to happen. I mean, I'm not surprised he pulled it off, but I didn't know that he was going to be around. The last time I talked to him, he was telling me that he couldn't get leave off to come over here, and the next time I would see him was maybe Christmas. If not, it'd be next May. So it was awesome getting to have him surprise me.
And so you've had the ups and the downs of being one of the most successful ASU soccer players in your time here, but also battling the concussion. So how would you sum up your 4 years here?
I mean, kind of like you said, it was a roller coaster ride, but it's not one that I would ever go back and change. From freshman year and getting to, have a good year, and just being able to enjoy soccer at this type of level, that was amazing. And getting to grow here as a player and as a person. I mean, those things are in soccer, but they're my life, and so I've met some wonderful humans here, and I've gotten to get close with a lot of cool people, and do I wish I could still play? Yeah, because I mean, I've always dreamed of going places with soccer, but I've enjoyed this experience and getting to be where I'm at more than anything, and it's unfortunate, but I've enjoyed my years here.
So what's the next step for Aly Moon?
Right now, I'll be staying an extra semester to help coach again, so I'll be around next fall, and then after that, wherever life takes me, whatever door opens, I'll walk through it. So
awesome. Thank you so much for taking this time to sit down and talk to me. That was another edition of Sun Devils Sit Down. Thanks again, Aly Moon, for taking the time. I'm Andre Sims. Thanks for watching.